Hello everyone and welcome back to Ask Anoushka. I hope that you're all doing really well. So if you would like to get your question answered here on the episode, all you've got to do is follow the link below and it will take you to my specific page where you can get your questions submitted and possibly featured in an episode here. And this is exactly what one of my YouTube subscribers did. And they asked the question, what makes a narcissist realize that you are onto them or have figured them out? Now, this is a great question, okay? How do you know? Well, first of all, you know, okay? You know, all right? And they will know that you know. They're just like that. They have this kind of sense about them. But also think about it, when you know you're going to interact with them, you're going to behave differently, you're going to speak to them differently, and you're going to talk to them differently. All right, so they're going to know, they're going to pick this up because you're going to change. You're going to put boundaries probably in place. You're not going to be giving them so much emotional validation or probably even attention. You are probably going to step back a bit and not want to interact with them because you kind of know that they are toxic, that you don't want to play their game anymore, it's rather boring. They're gonna know, all right? It's similar, like, you know, like when, you know, your friend or someone that you know is possibly in a bad mood, you know, and they're quite snappy, they're quite short, you know that something's up, you know that they're gonna behave a little bit differently. And it's kind of the same thing because you're not behaving in the same way that you have done always, and so the narcissist is going to pick that up. Remember, they're very sensitive to what's going on in their environment, because remember, they're always looking, they're always scanning their environment so they can get validation, they can get something from their environment that kind of validates them so that they know. And they are very hypersensitive to these things, and that's why they're able to control and manipulate and get away with basically so much. So how do you know when the narcissist knows? Well, the narcissist is going to try and possibly behave differently as well. They're going to try and interact with you more, possibly. They might not interact with you so much, they might withdraw from you. So it really depends on the person, the narcissist, the person, the situation. But usually when a narcissist realizes, it makes them quite irritated, quite angry, because you're not conforming, you're not doing what you always do, and that irritates them. You know, you've become stronger, you have figured out that, you know, you don't want to do that anymore, and so they're going to try either to get you back on side. They're not going to like it because it means that they're going to have to work harder, try and get even more validation from you. They're trying to get your attention, so they're going to have to put a lot more energy, a lot more kind of thinking time into this. So they're not going to want to do that. They're also going to do that because they don't want to lose you, because if you're a source of supply, you're giving them attention, validation, you're complying, they're able to control you, they're able to manipulate you. They're not going to want to lose that. They're going to want more of that. So they're going to try and pull you back in. So that's one scenario. Okay, the other scenario is that they might feel like, okay, is this really worth it for me? Am I going to be able to change this person's mind? All right, so they might figure that this might not work for them, so they're going to withdraw from you and probably silent treatment, which is great because it's what you want. But I know in most cases the silent treatment is quite sad, because you don't know where you stand and you kind of look at it, you blame yourself and you internalize all of this. So I know that the silent treatment possibly doesn't feel great, but it's the best possible outcome. What I mean by that is they have to kind of weigh up their options. So if they're going to want to get you back, they're going to have to put a lot of energy, a lot of attention in doing this. But if they feel like you're not going to comply, you're not going to come back to them, then they possibly might not do this, because they're not going to embarrass themselves. They're not going to make themselves look silly in front of you or in front of others. Remember, they will behave as the victim. If this is the case, if this is the scenario and they've withdrawn from you, it's going to hurt their ego. All right, and they're not going to like that. All right, so they're going to always want to try and come out on top. So they're going to do anything that they can so that they do come out on top. They come out better than you. So they will pretend to be the victim in this situation. They will want to make others believe that they are the ones that have been hard done by you, and make you out to be the villain. So this is really the kind of the two scenarios that possibly could happen if a narcissist realizes that you know about them. And ultimately, this is about them being able to behave the way that they want to. All right, this is about them being able to manipulate you. All right, this isn't a normal kind of relationship or a relational dynamic between two healthy people. The narcissist will always want to control. The narcissist will always want to be the one, hierarchically, they want to be the one on top, always. Because that's how their ego works. That's how they understand relationships. That's how they understand being able to be in friendships. And certainly in kind of relationships or family settings, this is what they do. And it becomes a competition. So understand that when the narcissist realizes, they are either going to want to get you back, or they're just going to discard. They're just not going to feel like this is a situation that they're not going to win. So what do you do if you are in a situation where the narcissist really wants to get you back? Now, you've got to really weigh up what it is that you want. Okay, this is about you. This is your life. So you've got to think, okay, do I want the narcissist to come back? What do I need to do to be able to protect myself? Well, that's all about boundaries. That's all about kind of understanding that this person is toxic. There's no point going to them and saying to them, well, hey, I know that you're narcissistic. I know that you're toxic. There's no point telling them the truth, because they're not going to understand that. And what they're going to do is they're going to turn this around and make you believe that you're the one that is in the wrong. So you really need to stand firm if this is what is going on in your scenario. If you're in the other scenario where they completely withdraw from you, and I know that this could be really quite triggering, because this is about abandonment, this is about isolation, and so this could, for some of you, this could be really, really triggering if your core wound is abandonment. But the way that you've got to look at this is you've actually you've run away, you know, you've realized that this person isn't who they say they are, and you have to now protect yourself. The fact that they have withdrawn, it's a good result, because what it means is they realize that you know that they are like this, so they're going to withdraw because they realize that they can't get you back. You're too strong. All right, you're too strong, and there's no point in trying to convince you otherwise, because you're too strong. You have realized what they have done or what they are doing, and that's it. Okay, so you have to stand strong in your belief about you that you know. And moving forward from this is all about boundary work. This is all about making your own closure, knowing that these people are toxic, and that it doesn't matter what you do and how you do it. If you change something or did something differently, it's not going to change the situation. You know, and you realize that they are toxic, that they are narcissistic, and that's it. That's the closure. I hope this video helps, and I hope that it helps you if you are in this type of situation. If you are, please do leave your comments below, because I would love to hear from you, and I'm sure that the community would really value your opinion. And if you are someone who is facing this and might need a little bit of help, why don't you join my monthly membership, which you can see the link in the description box below, and that will give you more information. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.